Alright, what's going on everybody, it's Liam here, and welcome to today's video on the channel. In today's video, I want to talk about the lack of updates that are going on in Wiz right now. Now, I'm not primarily focused on one thing, PvP or PvP. Really, I'm just kind of talking in general. Around this time of year, typically KingStyle slows down with the updates. You know, they just dropped the new world a month or two ago, or 3 months ago, roughly, and now they're just kind of worried about hot fixes and working on their schedule for the rest of the year. Now, if you don't know the schedule for the rest of the year, they confirmed a gauntlet in the spring, a raid in the summer, and a new world in the fall. But the players are often left with nothing to do within the time after the new world drops. You know, like I said, we got a couple of hot fixes, maybe some PvP balance changes every month or something like that, but not really too much to do. Now, this kind of became apparent to me in a couple of ways. One, I was talking to my more casual friends who do primarily PvE, and they just feel like they have nothing to do right now. Two, I feel like the PvP meta is very stale. However, I'm going to say the devs are doing a pretty good job on trying to be more active on the PvP side of things, so I can appreciate that. I know there's some people who think that the PvP meta changes a little bit too much, and I can respect your opinion on that. In my opinion, I don't really agree, because typically what happens is there's some schools that are borderline unplayable, and then that kind of ruins the game for, like, you know, 2 or 3 out of 7 of the schools for everybody. So maybe if we get to a meta where things aren't as wildly imbalanced, I wouldn't mind waiting longer for updates, you know? So yeah, the lack of PvP updates, talking to my friends about the lack of PvE updates, and just sitting here trying to make content as well, you know? Obviously, I've been doing this like pretty much every day for over a year now. I'm bound to run out of ideas eventually, and I feel like it might not even be the game, it might just be me having like writer's block, but I don't know, man. I guess time will tell, but yeah, I just feel like there's really not a lot of stuff to do on Wiz right now. And I feel like all the stuff there is to do is extremely tedious and grindy, which I just don't really appreciate as a player. Now, this video isn't meant to be hard on the devs or anything like that, you know. Obviously, I respect the devs. They've helped me out with a lot of things, given me a lot of good advice, even some good life advice, actually, a couple of them. So this video is not meant to hate on the devs. I just want to kind of vocalize how the community feels and, you know, like, where are the updates, you know? But, as some of you guys might know, my Discord, she said there's games that are literally smaller than Wiz, and they get more updates, and I don't really know why that would be, you know? Obviously, I don't work at KingStyle. I'm not sure if they could tell us anything, like a, NDA or something like that. But I feel like there's just not a lot of updates, and by the looks of things, KingStyle has gotten better like this past year. So I feel like, you know, they should get a bigger dev team, and I feel like their money, like their income, is gotten a lot better as well, because we got a lot of new players into Wiz, you know, and I just feel like this past year or two has been really successful for them. So I just really feel like there should be a bigger dev team there, hence more updates being pushed out, but that doesn't seem to be the case, you know? Now, I don't want us to be too hard on the devs here, because for all we know, they could have had like a PvP patch done last week, but they can't get it out for another 3 weeks, right? We don't know, right? At the end of the day, sometimes it's not really the devs' fault, you know? They can only do so much, and then they can only release stuff when upper management says so. So if that's the case, I guess this video would be more directed towards the upper management at KingStyle. Like, why are there not more updates, you know? Why do we have a game like this popular, this relevant? Again, it's not like Call of Duty or something, but like, it's not like bad, you know? It's not bad. And why don't we get more updates? Now, I do appreciate the transparency from the devs telling us their plan for 2023, again with the Gauntlet raid in the world. I do appreciate that. I don't want to sound ungrateful in this video, but I guess like I feel like we could be doing so much more in terms of the updates, and I would personally just really like to know, like, is the devs, like, are they not working on the right things? Are they too busy? Do they not have enough devs? Do they have the work done but they can't get the work out because they're not allowed to, you know? Like, I would really like to know what goes on over there at KingsIsle, because like I said with the example that bot provided, is you have games that are around Wiz's size, if you know, not smaller, and they just get way more updates, you know? So I just don't really understand that. And personally, me, as somebody who loves this game, as you guys know here on the channel, like, I don't want to see it do bad, you know? I want to see it do better. That's kind of why I made the channel, is to try and be a bit more vocal with certain issues in the game. And personally, me, man, like, I know, at least for PvP, if it got more updates, I'd play it more, you know? Like, the Betrayal meta, obviously I had fun on a Storm, but now, in this meta, the next meta, Storm is unplayable. You literally can't beat the schools you counter. It's so bad, you know? And that's kind of my issue with people that want to have slow updates, is what if like 3 out of 7 schools are literally unplayable, you know? So that's why personally I think we do need to have more updates in the game, because you don't really want to like alienate half your player base, I feel like, if you're KingsIsle, by not updating the game and like poorly designing it to the point where certain schools are unplayable. I know there's a lot of people as well who are really pissed off about like how school identity and like Rochambeau is being treated. I made videos about that here on the channel. Actually, I don't think I dropped that Rochambeau video, did I? I'm not sure. I have a video idea where I want to talk about Rochambeau and like, did it ruin PvP type thing, you know? Personally, I don't think it did, but it's more of a discussion video for the future. But there's a lot of people with a lot of different takes and perspectives on things, and they're all really salty at KingsIsle, and like, I get it, like, rightfully so. Like, you pay to play the game, you put in all this time, like, you know, I understand that, right? But at the same time, coming at the devs in like a hostile way and being like, hey, Ratbeard, buff Storm, or I'm gonna insert insult here, you know? And then you get blocked on Twitter. It's like, okay, I mean, like, did you really even do anything there, buddy old pal, you know, dude? So I don't know, man. I just really hope we can get more transparency from the devs. And the mount stitching, the pet stitching thing, I know has been it's really popped off this year, the past like 6 months even. It's like really popped off. Why did this guy summon henchman? Okay, I'm just gonna act like I didn't see that. But yeah, the pet and mount stitching has become very relevant this year as well, and we've been asking that for a while now, and again, we just don't see updates. We don't see it addressed. I think Artie talked about it on stream briefly, and he said that he regrets that there's stats on mounts, I guess. But I just feel like we ask for all these things, and sometimes the devs listen, sometimes they don't, but half the time they never really make it to the light of day, you know? You look at tri-shields in PvP, right? Shield gambits have been a problem for how many months? It's been over a year now, I think. Years? Shield gambits have been an issue in PvP, and the community just keeps telling them, make them 1 pip, make them 1 pip, and the devs don't listen, you know? Whether that's because they have a rule put in place where they can't do that, or they don't believe that it'll work, that's all up in the air. But my point is, when the community comes together and says like, hey, make this 1 pip, hey, we want mount stitching or pet stitching, you know, yada yada, and it goes on for like a whole year and like nothing happens, or it's like y'all don't say anything, like, okay, we'll do that in the fall, you know? It just kind of makes the players feel really, I don't want to say like alienated, but like you don't feel like you're listened to or appreciated, really. So yeah, man, I mean, going forward, I really hope Wiz can, you know, either change up their management schedule, or we can get a bigger dev team and get more updates out at the end of the day. Because again, I want to see this game do really good. I'm really excited for the next world, and I do enjoy making content on this game, so I'd really like to see it do better. And you know, my best wishes to the devs as well. I know they get a lot of hate and they don't really deserve it. Same thing with content creators, but you know, all my best wishes to the devs, and I really hope that things are going fine over there, and I really hope that, you know, we can, you know, do better in the future, both as a community and both as, obviously, devs going forward. But let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree with any of my points? And a like, rating, and a sub is always appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank y'all for watching, and as always, take care, guys.